This is Nikhil Kamath, the youngest billionaire in India. Today, he's the CEO and co-founder of Zerodha, India's largest stockbroker worth over 30,000 crores. But rewind to 2006, Nikhil was a 10th grade dropout, working in a Bangalore call center selling health insurance to people in the UK. His starting salary, 8,500 rupees a month. Most people thought he was just wasting his time. It's just sales. What can you even learn? But Nikhil saw it differently. Every rejection taught him something about human psychology. Every successful sale showed him what problems people actually cared about. He learned to listen before he spoke, to understand before he sold, and to actually solve problems instead of just pushing products. Nikhil was slowly developing a superpower, the ability to understand what customers actually want. These skills didn't just help him sell health insurance, they made him learn how to understand consumer pain points, identify market gaps, and build solutions people actually need. When him and his brother started Zerodha, they applied these same principles. Instead of charging high brokerage fees like everyone else, they listened to what traders actually wanted: low fees and simple technology. From selling health insurance for 8,500 rupees a month to building a company worth 30,000 crores. All because a simple sales job taught him the most important business skill: understanding customers. And it's not just Nikhil Kamath. Let's look at the biggest names in the world today. Entrepreneurs who've changed society. Mark Cuban, Reid Hoffman, Dhirubhai Ambani, even Ritesh Agarwal. All of these legends started their career in sales. And even today, good salespeople aren't just making decent money, they're building empires. And yet in India, sales isn't seen as a real career. Let's break that myth. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I'm Fazil. I help people make the right decisions about their careers. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. It'll be a win-win for the both of us. So what is sales? Most people think sales is about being pushy, trying to convince someone to buy something they don't really need, or being that one salesperson who calls you at lunch selling credit cards. That is not real sales. Real sales is about three very important things. First, understanding problems. Great salespeople are like consultants. They ask questions, they listen carefully, and they understand what problems their customers are actually facing. A good salesperson selling software to restaurants doesn't just start by talking about the features. He first tries to understand what is the issue with the restaurant right now. Is it a lack of customers? Is it errors in orders? He starts by understanding the problem. Second, providing solutions. Once you understand the problem, you match it with the right solution. Sometimes that could mean selling your product. Sometimes that could mean recommending someone else's product because that's a better fit. Sometimes it could mean advising the customer to wait 6 months before purchasing. Good salespeople think long term. Third, building relationships. The best salespeople don't just make one-time transactions. They build lifetime relationships. They become trusted advisors who their customers can call whenever they need help. But that's not all. Here's the secret which most people miss: owning the business. Let me explain. When you're in sales, you start thinking like a CEO from day one. While your engineering friends are writing code and while your consultant friends are making PowerPoint presentations, you're learning how to build an actual business. You're deciding which markets to enter, which customers to target, how to price your product, how to beat competition. You're basically getting an MBA without paying any fees and while making solid commissions. This is why Dhirubhai Ambani, a small-time trader, could build Reliance. This is why Mark Cuban, who went door to door selling garbage bags, could become a billionaire. They weren't just learning how to sell products. They were learning to understand markets, customers, and business strategy. When you're in sales, you're basically running a mini startup. You have revenue targets like a CEO. You need to acquire customers like a CMO. You need to forecast and plan like a CFO. You need to maintain customer relationships like a customer success manager. No other career gives you this complete business education while paying you to learn. This is why companies are willing to pay incredible money for good salespeople. They're not just generating revenue, they're building the foundation for long-term business growth. And speaking of incredible money, how much can you earn as a salesperson in India? It depends on what you sell. Sales jobs are not created equal. There's an entire ecosystem of different jobs, different roles, all which require different skills. Think of it this way. Would you rather sell software worth 50 lakhs to a Fortune 500 CEO, or would you sell something worth 500 rupees to 1,000 customers? Both might make you the same money, but the skills required for each job will be very different. Let's first start with B2B SaaS, the big leagues. What is B2B SaaS? You're literally sitting across from decision makers who control budgets bigger than most people's lifetime earnings. One yes from a Fortune 500 CEO could instantly pay for your dream car. Freshers start around 10 to 15 lakhs. But here's the crazy part. There are 25-year-olds driving BMWs because their commission checks are bigger than a lot of people's annual salaries. This is high margin, high ticket, high stakes selling. And the growth, exponential. That's why a lot of B2B SaaS salesperson can often out-earn consultants and investment bankers in a few years, which are considered the highest paying careers in India. But what's the catch? Breaking in as a fresher is very tough, but not impossible. Next comes B2B non-SaaS, the training ground. This is where you prove yourself. You're still selling to businesses, but the sales cycles are much shorter and the stakes are manageable. Picture convincing local restaurants to join Zomato or trying to convince brands to sell on Amazon. You'll grow your portfolio quicker, you'll build your confidence quicker while still making respectable money. 6 to 12 lakhs to start. Think of it as your sales bootcamp before you're ready for the $1 million deals. Then you have FMCG sales, the relationship masters. Ever wondered how Maggie ended up in every single kirana store in India? That's FMCG sales. You're not selling to consumers. You're convincing distributors and retailers to stock products. It's all about relationships, territory management, and understanding local markets. Pay ranges between 6 to 15 lakhs. But the best part, these companies train you like you're joining the army. And finally comes retail sales. This is where you hustle. This is where most people think sales begins and ends. When you think of salespeople and sales, this is what you think of. Cars, loans, insurance. You're face to face with regular people and helping them make regular life decisions. The money's okay, between 4 to 7 lakhs, but you learn human psychology faster than anywhere else. And keep in mind that in all these roles, there's always a bonus component. This is the beauty of sales. How much you earn is directly tied to how good you are at your job. It's not like other careers where your salary is fixed regardless of your performance. I personally know people in tech sales who've made more than consultants, more than bankers, which are considered the highest paying careers in India. If you get good at sales, your commissions can make you an absolute fortune. But before you start imagining a penthouse in Dubai overlooking the Burj, let's first try to understand how you can break into these highly coveted positions. Keep in mind, you can become a salesperson very easily. You can go to Byju's tomorrow and get a job. But to land these high-paying coveted roles like B2B SaaS or FMCG, those require a little more work. Start with any sales job that puts you in front of real customers. Insurance, real estate, banking, even retail. Then spend 12 to 18 months absolutely killing it and use those numbers as the ticket to move up. Imagine walking into an interview and saying, in 12 months, I handled 300 customers, closed 60 deals, and exceeded my targets by 35%. That's concrete proof you can sell. And this beats any theoretical knowledge. The key is finding that bridge. A pharmaceutical salesperson can move into B2B medical device sales. An insurance salesperson can move into B2B insurance tech. A banking sales rep can move into fintech sales. Document every single thing. Build relationships and gradually move up. But if you don't want to struggle for multiple years, you have another option. In India, a premium MBA is a shortcut to almost any high-paying career. So if you can get into IMABC, ISB, you almost certainly will have a shot at high-paying sales roles. But here's what most people don't realize. Even sales roles are extremely competitive. So you need to be laser-focused. Take summer electives, do internships in sales and marketing positions, and network aggressively with alumni already in your target roles. Top companies like Unilever, P&G, and Nestle all recruit directly from top MBA programs. What you can also do is work directly with startup founders. This is the highest risk and highest reward route. Find early stage companies in high growth areas and offer yourself as their first sales hire. Tell them you'll work for minimum salary plus equity, and you'll only get paid more when you deliver results. You'll learn everything about building sales processes from scratch. You'll work directly with founders. You'll understand product market fit. After 2 to 3 years, you'll have incredible hands-on knowledge which the bigger companies will value highly. Plus, if your startup gets acquired or goes public, your equity could be worth more than any corporate salary. Many sales leaders at Razorpay, Swiggy, Zomato, all of them started in this way. But no matter which path you choose, sales is ultimately a game of building relationships. You will need to network aggressively and build connections with sales leaders in top companies. Remember that there is always a path if you're strategic and hardworking. But before you quit your current job and start dreaming about those commission checks, let me tell you what you're really signing up for. Constant rejection. In sales, hearing no is not the exception. It's the norm. You might call 100 prospects to get 10 meetings and close 1 deal. If you take rejection personally, sales will destroy your mental health. You need thick skin and a short memory. Targets and pressure. Every month, every quarter, every year, you have certain targets to hit. Bad months will have your manager breathing down your neck. Really bad months could mean you're looking for a new job. The pressure is constant and relentless. Income volatility. 1 month you could be planning a vacation to Europe. The other month you're wondering if you can pay for your coffee. The highs are incredible, but the lows will test what you're made of. Continuous learning. Products change, markets evolve, competition adapts. You need to constantly update your product knowledge, your understanding of sales techniques. The moment you stop learning, you start losing. Sales is probably the most performance-based career you can choose. If you're good at it, you'll be rewarded incredibly well. But it's not for everyone. If you're someone who wants constant validation, gets demotivated by rejection, or prefers predictable outcomes, sales is not for you. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. Do you genuinely enjoy helping people solve complex problems? Can you handle rejection without taking it personally? Do you enjoy building long-lasting relationships? And do you have a goal of building something yourself, of becoming an entrepreneur one day? If you answered yes to these, sales could be an incredibly rewarding career choice. I can say this from personal experience. My first couple of internships were in sales. Understanding consumers, solving problems, communication skills. All of these helped me so much in my life today, and they'll keep helping me achieve my long-term goals. If you found this video helpful, make sure you check out my complete guides to high-paying careers in India. Investment banking, consulting. These are the videos I wish I had access to when I was deciding my career. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll keep helping you make the right decisions about your career, and it'll be a win-win for the both of us.